By subscribing and liking the content, give us a like to continue delivering the most important information. Stay safe by being vigilant. With that out of the way, let's delve into today's news. Alert to elders. Understanding and combating global banking scams. The threat of financial scams targeting the elderly is a pressing global concern with far-reaching impacts. As per recent reports, in 2022 alone, such scams cost 80,000 seniors in the U.S. $3.1 billion, marking an 84% increase from the previous year. Cryptocurrency scams, a growing concern in 2023, have led to nearly $1.1 billion in losses. Annually, over 333,000 elderly scams and financial abuse cases are reported, with individual losses in certain cases averaging $120,000. Moreover, investment scams have collectively cost seniors almost $1 billion. Global impact. A closer look at regional statistics. In addition to the U.S., other regions have also reported significant losses. European Union. The EU has seen a rise in financial scams, particularly related to investment and pension schemes. With a growing elderly population, the losses are estimated at hundreds of millions of euros annually. Statistics on the number of elderly individuals scammed in the European Union (EU). From 2020 to 2023, and the total amount of money taken are not readily available in a consolidated form due to the diversity of countries within the EU and the varied nature of reporting mechanisms for financial scams. However, it's known that financial scams, including investment and pension schemes, have been on the rise in the EU, with significant losses estimated at hundreds of millions of euros annually. The lack of precise statistics on this issue underscores the challenges of tracking and reporting financial scams across different nations. Africa. While specific statistics detailing the exact number of elderly individuals scammed in Africa from 2020 to now, and the total monetary loss are not readily available. Some information on internet scams in African countries provides insight. Nigeria, for instance, has a high number of online romance fraudsters, with over 1,129 romance fraud cases reported and financial losses amounting to a staggering £12.1 million. Ghana, South Africa, Morocco, and Côte d'Ivoire also report significant numbers of internet scams, particularly online dating fraud. In China, a campaign against elder fraud has been ongoing since at least April 2022. Approximately 1,400 examples of fraud aimed at the elderly have been heard by Chinese courts. 455 of these cases concerned the crime of fraud, while 906 had to do with unlawful fundraising. In many instances, con artists defrauded older people of their money by fabricating healthcare or financial initiatives. In other circumstances, they said they could assist in the greater sale of artworks and demanded service fees from their victims. On August 4, 2022, a total of 100 individuals in 15 different instances were sentenced to 8 months to life in jail as well as fines for defrauding seniors in Beijing. While this provides some insight into the prevalence of elder fraud in China, it does not specify the total financial loss from these scams from 2020 to 2023. The complexity and variety of scams, along with underreporting issues, make it challenging to determine the exact financial impact of these scams on the elderly population in China during this period. Asia, Japan, India, Indonesia, Malaysia. Asian countries have witnessed a spike in tech-related scams and traditional frauds like lottery scams. In Japan and India alone, the losses amount to hundreds of millions of dollars. In Singapore, there has been a concerted effort to empower seniors in the digital world, acknowledging their vulnerabilities to online scams. Seniors are targeted by scammers who exploit their concerns for family and lack of tech savvy. For example, scammers may create convincing profiles based on details from the senior's family social media accounts, or they might impersonate a family member in distress. The total financial loss specific to Singapore or other individual Asian countries is not explicitly stated in the available information. Point 2. Common scams and their impact. Various scams target seniors globally, including government imposter scams, sweepstakes scams, illegal robocalls, tech support scams, grandparent scams, and romance scams. These scams have resulted in significant financial losses, with some types, like government imposter scams, costing seniors about $122 million in 2021. Tech support scams resulted in $73 million in losses to seniors in the same year. Point 3. General trends in elder fraud. The 2022 Elder Fraud Report indicated a 74% increase from 2020, with around 2.6 million victims over 60 reporting losses of $1.7 billion. Investment scams, for example, cost adults aged 60 and over $147 million in 2021, up 213% from 2020. These scams include various fraudulent activities like seminars, unsolicited investment advice, fraudulent stocks, and cryptocurrency investments. While these statistics provide an overview of the financial impact of scams targeting seniors, they might not fully capture the extent of the issue in Asia due to the diversity of the region and the differences in reporting and data collection. The numbers indicate a substantial financial and emotional impact on the elderly population, emphasizing the need for awareness, education, and protective measures. Australia has reported significant losses due to investment scams and deceptive financial advisors, with elderly citizens losing tens of millions of Australian dollars. In-depth analysis of scam tactics and protective strategies, the anatomy of these scams is complex and varied, encompassing tactics like phishing, pension advance scams, bogus investment opportunities, and fake charity scams. The psychological manipulation employed by scammers is sophisticated, leveraging fear, intimidation, and emotional appeals. Technology's role in elderly scams. Technology, while a tool for connectivity, has also facilitated the reach of scammers. They use digital platforms to target the less digital awareness and elderly population, executing sophisticated schemes to seize substantial sums. Empowering strategies against scams. Education and awareness are key to combating these scams. Elderly individuals and their families must be vigilant and skeptical of unsolicited financial offers and seek advice from trusted sources. Cyber insurance, staying informed about current scams, and using reliable sources for financial decisions are critical protective measures. The psychological and social dimensions. Understanding the psychological tactics used by scammers and the social dynamics at play is vital. Elderly individuals often fall prey to isolation, trust in authority, and sometimes cognitive decline, which impairs their judgment. Scammers exploit these vulnerabilities with cunning ruses, using fear, flattery, or false promises to deceive their targets. Legal and community response. Strengthening legal frameworks and community support systems is essential in this fight. This includes stricter laws against fraudsters, improved monitoring systems, and accessible reporting mechanisms for victims and their families. Community education programs can play a significant role in raising awareness. The unseen costs beyond the staggering financial losses, these scams inflict emotional and psychological damage on the elderly. The trauma of being scammed can lead to anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of trust, exacerbating the feeling of vulnerability among the elderly. A global call to action. Protecting our seniors from financial scams requires global cooperation and a multifaceted approach. It involves individual vigilance, community support, legal action, and a robust societal response to safeguard the well-being and finances of our elderly population. Conclusion: safeguarding our elders. The fight against financial scams targeting the elderly is a collective responsibility. By staying informed, fostering open communication, and implementing proactive measures, we can significantly reduce the prevalence and impact of these scams. Awareness, education, and empathy are our most potent defenses for ensuring the financial and emotional security of our elders. This extended version of the article not only provides detailed insights into the global issue of financial scams targeting the elderly, but also suggests practical strategies for prevention and recovery. It aims to inform and empower readers, particularly seniors and their caregivers, to recognize and respond effectively to these threats. Thank you to everyone who watched today's program. Remember, by following us, you become part of a reliable source for information and advice. Whether you like the program or not, please press subscribe to join our community. This helps us improve and ensures you are among the first to receive our latest news and programs. Don't forget to hit the like button and share our channel with your friends. Farewell, until we meet again.